What's up, Ink Boy here, and today I have some Renown gameplay overview for you. In this video we look at Renown, which is an upcoming fast-paced combat-focused medieval PvP game inspired by Rust. So maybe you enjoy playing Rust, gathering resources, setting up your base and going out for a raid, but you do not like getting shot from who knows where while doing so. Well, maybe this new game will be for you. The gameplay is similar to Rust, but it is set in medieval times, which means more personal interactions and less long-range combat. If at any point you find this video entertaining and useful, please take a few seconds to hit like and comment below, and we will quickly go over the key features. The goal here is really just to let you know this game exists and maybe you'll want to look more into it. RDBK Studios started the development of Renown in the early 2020s and have started alpha testing at the end of 2021. They are a small indie dev team out of Melbourne, Australia, and have secured around $150,000 in crowdfunding and unknown amounts in funding grants and other means of funding. They're not swimming in money, but they do have enough to move the project forward. There is no release date yet, which is understandable for a small team working on what started as a passion project amongst friends. Renown claims to be a fast-paced multiplayer open world experience set in a lush and vast medieval world, where players explore the land, gather resources, build a kingdom, and fight to survive in the hopes of becoming renowned. If you know what Rust is, you will feel right at home here, and the dev team has been very open about Rust's influence and inspiration for their own medieval game. So what exactly is Renown? Renown is a PvP focused medieval building and crafting game. The game loop is pretty straightforward. You start with nothing, you gather resources, you build a base, you craft yourself some gear, and then you raid other players or you get raided yourself. Map wise, they are aiming for something open world, but as far as size and everything else, we have little to no information. Enemy wise, your main adversaries will be of course other players. You can expect some form of hostile wildlife, and they do plan on having NPCs. Although for now the plan for NPCs is focused towards trading and working inside player settlements, they shouldn't have much if any impact in combat situations. Now let's talk about the key features, the first one being combat, which is really at the core of this game. Of course, Renown being a medieval game, combat will be melee focused. You'll have multiple attack options such as slashes, overhead attacks, stabbing, underhand attacks, and you will be able to modify side of attack and striking angles. You will also be able to drag your attacks and feint your enemies into blocking. If you've played more DAO, you will know exactly what they're going for here, which is an in-depth combat system that will reward skill and understanding of the mechanics. The second key feature is the base building. Building is divided into three key parts: walls, village buildings, and castles. Walls are the main outer defense of your settlements. Walls will be tiered and upgradable and will have specific upgrades such as arrow loops, gates, murder holes, oil pots, and more. Village buildings are prefabs that are used to access the workers and crafting system. There will be different types of worker buildings which will be unlocked at different tiers of progression. If you've played Medieval Dynasty, you will feel right at home here. Then we have the castle building system, which will be your actual base. Your base will be used to protect your banner and act as your respawn point. You will have complete control on how you build your castle. Of course, this will be tiered. You will most likely start off with a humble wooden shack and you will slowly work your way towards a mighty stone fortress. Another key feature of the game will be the raiding mechanics. They are going for a system that will favor online raiding depending on what your intentions are. When raiding a player that is offline, you will be limited to pillaging, which means you will be able to damage outer walls and loot village buildings, but you won't have access to the player's castle. Also, you will be able to damage structures to the point that they can no longer be used until repaired, but you won't be able to destroy structures when pillaging. For you to straight up raid a player or a clan, a certain amount of them must be online, otherwise you must first declare war, which requires for at least one player of that group to be online. Declaring war starts a timer. When the timer runs out, you are free to attack the settlement regardless of if they are online or not. Now, to help you attack heavily fortified castles, you will have a multitude of siege engines and weapons available to you and your clan. The fourth key feature is the Renown system. The Renown system seeks to replicate medieval honor through player action such as combat, building, farming, feats, conquest, land holdings, and group participation. These stats are used to represent represent a player or group's overall standing in various elements of gameplay. Some players might only care about achieving combat renown, while others might care about being known for their incredible farming feats. These stats will be presented to all players in multiple ways. The main market will have a top selection of players on display through placement of clan logos and billboards displaying top renown achievements. Players will also have access to a renown screen that will feed players with information regarding their own position and that of others. The renown system might also have a progression system based on morale activities undertaken by the player. For example, players will have the option to challenge other players before combat as opposed to ambushing or surprising them. If the player then wins the fight, they gain more honorable renown. Based on this system of moral honor, players would progress down either a moral or amoral set of cosmetic gear choices alongside titles and other cosmetic effects. The aim of the renown system is not to prevent players to do what they wish to do. It is only a tracker to add a competitive element. Do not expect renown to prevent you from interacting with NPCs or have any impact on gameplay. And the last key feature we will talk about today is the gear. If one thing you enjoy is for your character to stand out amongst other players, well, Renown will have you covered with a vast selection of gear, the ability to apply motifs and clan crests to your gear, and the option to change the color of certain piece of equipment. And that is going to be it for this Renown gameplay overview. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please take the time to subscribe, like this video, comment below and share. Do not forget to join our wonderful community on Discord. Thanks for watching, thanks for your support, and I will see you in the next one.